This is Rampage, baby. This is show that y'all been waiting on. Adrenaline pumping your chest. This is Rampage. This is Rampage.
This is Rampage.
It's Friday night. You know what that means? It's time for AEW Rampage. We're in the infamous Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm Jim Ross alongside the great Chris Jericho, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur. And there's an ass whooping going on.
We're starting hot.
Wheeler Yuta coming out of the gates with a drop kick on Hangman Adam Page. This match was made this past Wednesday night at Dynamite. Yuta thrown out the challenge to Hangman Page, who's got a date with Jon Moxley this coming Wednesday at Dynamite from Dayton, Ohio. But Wheeler Yuta trying to make sure Hangman.
This could end early.
Great octopus there, a la the late, great Antonio Inoki.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking.
And digging the fingers into those intercostal muscles. But now the cover there by Yuta, the roll-up, and Hangman swung for it, and Yuta maintains control.
Yuta's got an edge and quickness, there's no doubt about that. It's somewhat obvious. But Page has got that great striking ability, and he's a heavy, heavy hitter.
Yeah. Jon Moxley knows all about that, JR.
Yeah.
We'll find out what happens Wednesday when we're in Dayton, Ohio for AEW Dynamite. But it's personal for Wheeler Yuta. We heard last Wednesday. I mean, Jon Moxley's his teammate.
Well, what I like the best, you can tell that Wheeler's been learning from the Blackpool Combat Club because he attacked Page right at the bell. He smacked him in the face. This is a different Wheeler Yuta than we would have seen even 6 months ago.
And Hangman Page all tied up, forced to use the rope break.
That collective gallery of athletes in that Combat Club have really helped mature Wheeler Yuta.
I don't like the Combat Club, Jim.
How come, Chris?
Yeah, there's only 4 or 5 guys you like in the entire world.
And you're not one of them.
Thank God.
Great chops here from you.
All right, kids.
And still to come tonight on this action-packed edition of AEW Rampage, it'll be the Best Friends and Danhausen versus Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, and the 7'4", 1 in a billion Satnam Singh. Powerhouse Hobbs will be in action, and our main event, an eliminator match for the AEW Women's World Championship, Jamie Hayter and Emi Sakura one-on-one.
I'm very curious to see how the big guy navigates in the ring, the 7+ footer.
He is 1 in a billion. I'm a big fan of his. Also, a big fan of Hangman Page, just laying the strikes into Wheeler Yuta.
Page,
much more experience.
Yeah, Page has got thick, heavy hands, and you can hear the impact more often than not from flesh on flesh.
But he's got also an explosive temper. Sometimes it doesn't serve him well.
That elbow just rocked Yuta back into the ropes. Hangman accelerates in, sliding lariat on target. Hangman the lateral press, and Yuta able to break free.
That wasn't a great press, great finisher. And Hangman thought it was enough. It wasn't, but no big deal. Hangman Page has the advantage in this. I think this is a very high-stakes match, guys. I really do.
It is, as Hangman sending a message to Jon Moxley. What kind of a Moxley are we going to see on Wednesday after Mox got rocked by Hangman just a few weeks ago?
Well, I mean, Chris, you know it firsthand. When a wrestler returns from injury, they can sometimes be a little bit different, a little more hesitant, a little more tentative.
Or they can go balls out. You never know, right?
That's right.
I can never see anything hesitant about Jon Moxley.
No.
I mean,
and you won't on Wednesday either.
Yeah, he approaches life 110%, if that's possible to do. Look at this.
Place to be in Ohio is Dayton next Wednesday night, let me tell you.
Yeah, that's the Nutter Center at Wright State University, by the way.
I call some big matches there.
Hangman, the lariat on target. Yuta driven down and to the outside.
Now this is a move that I question. Chris, you tell me if I'm wrong. Taking a high-risk move like we just saw Page do when he didn't have to.
But that's part of the intensity of Hangman Page. He could stay in the ring and maybe get a count out, but he doesn't want that. He is sending a message to Moxley. I'm sure Moxley's watching right now. And if he is, this is what you have in store for you next week on Dynamite.
Two rings up. Wow! Look at this. Man, I don't know if whose eye was off the ball there. Came right into our shot out of nowhere.
it looks like it was a self-fulfilling prophecy from you, JR. He took the risk to go out, but he took his eye off Wheeler Yuta, who then followed him outside.
Yeah, tenacious offense by Wheeler Yuta. Looked through the ropes of the tope and then following up with a chop on Hangman.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Hangman, but Wheeler Yuta, the ROH Pure Champion for 159 days.
Chop to the chest. Yuta softening up Hangman, returning him to the ring. This match has to be won within the confines of the ropes. Yuta, though, taking another risk. No.
Locked.
Hangman pops it
Watch
out.
out. Oh, good God.
Across the lower back, the spine, impacting the hardest part of the ring, the apron.
And Yuta in trouble here. He is on very unsteady legs as Hangman pops him up again. Sits out the Liger Bomb.
Could be all.
1, 2. No, Yuta kicks out. And don't go anywhere. Our opening contest here tonight on Rampage will continue for the next 90 seconds in picture-in-picture. Welcome back to Rampage on TNT. Hangman Adam Page with the advantage on the Blackpool Combat Club's Wheeler Yuta, JR.
Yeah, and man, I'm really digging this match. Two hot young stars that are essentially homegrown here in AEW. Page has had a cup of coffee here, there, and young, as we know.
Yeah, big part of the Ring of Honor roster.
Yeah,
for a number of years prior to joining the AEW roster, but right now Yuta.
But I love their future. I love their upside. Both these guys, and they both have different styles.
Rock the head, guys.
I don't know that anybody in our company has a better natural striking ability than Hangman Page.
Hangman Adam Page next Wednesday night at Dynamite, just an hour away from Jon Moxley's hometown of Cincinnati. It will be Hangman and Jon Moxley one-on-one in Dayton, Ohio.
I love those two guys. That's going to be a fight. It's a fight.
Landed by Wheeler Yuta. He comes flying through the ropes after the elbow strike.
It was a controlled aerial chance.
Wow, nice move there.
It was what we just saw.
Yuta takes flight up to his feet. And Hangman Adam Page, he's in trouble here.
See, if Yuta can put some things together here offensively, looks like he can.
Yuta sits out.
The Bulldog headlock.
Yep, and now the far leg hooked. And what a blow to the mental game of Hangman Adam Page. Were Wheeler Yuta able to score the victory here tonight? I mean, that would be really tough for Hangman headed into that match with Moxley.
And it's not just to wear down Hangman. It's only another 4 days before he has to face Mox.
Sure. Yeah, I think the physicality of this would do a lot more to him than losing a match. But we'll see. And look at that. How about those machine gun headbutts?
Yeah, Hangman battering Wheeler Yuta. Yuta stuck up on the top rope. This is very dangerous territory for both men. Hangman Adam Page, he's got Yuta on the shoulders. The fireman's carry in the ropes. And wow! Avalanche Death Valley driver. The cover. And Yuta able to kick out.
How the hell? Are you kidding me? I'd have swore that was going to get 3.
Yes. Well, once again, this is a new Wheeler Yuta. Let's see it again as he has him on the top. Look at the impact on the back of his neck.
Amazing camera shot.
Wow.
Catching it all.
Wheeler's still able to barely squeak out as Hangman stands tall.
How many more squeak outs?
There's not a lot more squeak outs.
Has he done that? He's used his squeak out allowance?
I think
he's
so.
looking for the dead eye here, I think. I think he's trying to measure him here.
Or maybe the buckshot. So maybe why he stripped off that elbow pad. But instead, Hangman.
Big German on the back. Once again, the same neck, the same angle that he took from that top rope avalanche.
Wheeler got folded up like an accordion there.
But we've heard about the training methods of the Blackpool Combat Club, turning the head at just the right moment to avoid direct impact on the neck. But there's only so much an athlete like Wheeler Yuta can take.
And all those take the air out of you, too. Let's don't forget that.
Excalibur, good call. He is trying to set him up for that buckshot. You can tell the way he's looking, and he's going to go to it and try to get him down once again to where he can measure him here.
That big-time buckshot lariat is the go-to for this young man from Virginia.
Hangman looking for the third German suplex. Yuta widens his vertical base, and he's hand fighting with Hangman, trying to break the grip.
That's a skill that he learned in the many hours, I'm sure, of grappling with his teammates. in the Blackpool Combat Club.
John Moxley and Bryan Danielson. A nice switch there by Wheeler Yuta, who maintains control of the waist.
Great drop step to get that advantage.
A few Germans of his own. Turnabout is fair play with these things.
Yuta retains control of the waist of Hangman. Can he bring him over the top for a third time? Yes, he does.
Again.
Oh, he's going to, man, and Wheeler getting up slowly as well.
Yeah, if we just take it out on a Wheeler, too, don't get that
Quite
right.
get it.
Hangman now just maneuvers to the ropes and holding on for dear life, trying to avoid a fourth consecutive German suplex.
Those back elbows are a little bit different breed of cat.
Here we go. Here we go. Maybe not.
The boot intercepted, and Yuta with the leg trapped in the ropes, and now raining down elbow strikes on the jaw of Hangman Adam Page.
3 shots.
That's some Blackpool Combat Club shiznit right there.
German suplex potentially on the apron. Hangman. Oh, I think he went back with a headbutt.
Headbutting him.
Yeah, a second time.
Break his nose like that.
Those are vicious. They're vile.
Oh, the drop step underneath. Hangman Page.
Venomous even. Check this out.
Wow.
They're on that apron. We've talked about the apron
and Yuta
enough.
Maintains control.
Oh my gosh.
Release German suplex on the floor.
2 heads hit the floor, I can promise you.
Hangman landed right on the back of his head. And don't forget, this is a man who's concussed only a few months ago.
Both heads got buried on the outside.
One of them came down right on top of that head.
Now, Yuta, is it smart or not?
Stay in the ring, you dummy.
Exactly.
Get the count out.
Taking a big chance.
Wheeler Yuta diving crossbody.
And you can't win out there.
You can't get a 3 count out there, Jim Ross.
You can create an ooh and an ah, but you can't win up there.
Leave him outside. Look at this. This is the Blackpool Combat Club problem. We're so valiant. Got to play by the rules. Just stay in the ring and get the victory, Yuta.
Yuta, he's got Hangman down. And Tony, this is the high flying of Yuta that you alluded to earlier.
Oh, that's what happens.
Predictable,
1,
perhaps.
2, and Yuta able to kick out.
And Yuta got a big break right there, but being able to kick out.
And that lariat, that type of lariat from Hangman Adam Page, that's what took John Moxley out of action for the last 2 weeks.
Right.
Here he goes. He's setting himself up here.
You know, Moxie's sitting at home in Cincinnati, stewing over that scenario, and just waiting to get a taste, and maybe literally, of Hangman.
Here we go.
Hangman, the buckshot counter.
Nicely done.
Wow. Wheeler Yuta won it. What great anticipation by Wheeler Yuta.
We're going to go up top again, guys.
That's some good wrestling right there, fellas. Some mighty good wrestling.
Yuta, the splash off the top. He's got a chance. Oh my gosh.
Man, that was photo finish right there.
This is a great opening match here on Rampage, guys.
And there's those elbows. Those fish, they should be banned. Those elbows. But Hangman blocked it.
Yeah.
Hangman intercepted the hammer and anvil elbows.
Hangman needs some offense. He needs to put a couple of things together here to set up for that buckshot lariat.
Yuta the boot, that wild swing by Hangman. And Hangman, he avoided the boot rolling elbow right on the point of the jaw.
Down to a knee, and now Yuta firing back out of pure adrenaline, I'm thinking.
He's biting him. That's a Moxley move if I've ever seen one.
Yes, it is.
Another reason to disqualify him.
Yuta sent out of the ring. No, he hangs on to the ropes. Hangman had it scouted.
Here we go. Got him
Nobody
down.
home. Buckshot lariat from Hangman.
Beautiful reversal there.
4-wheel drive truck.
Look at the look on Hangman's face. He should be covering for the pin.
I agree with that.
Have we ever seen this Excalibur from Page?
He's going for the...
Oh, he's thinking Death Rider. He's trying to send a message to John Moxley.
Oh, he's going to get a message, all right.
Oh, Yuta planted. Hangman could have finished it after the buckshot, but instead...
Message sent.
No winner of this match, Hangman Adam Page.
And you can bet your ass, message received.
John Moxley is now next.
I'll see you in 1 week.
A tremendous victory for Hangman Adam Page, and now we look ahead to Hangman and Moxley Part 3 at Dynamite. And speaking of Dynamite, this past Wednesday, our cameras caught up with Action Andretti and Ricky Starks.
Chris and Sammy didn't beat us tonight. That's baseball bat. Beat us tonight. You had somebody in that ring with you who was on your level. And without that baseball bat, you wouldn't have the same outcome tonight. Because I guarantee you, Sammy, I can beat you. Speaking of, Chris, I had you beat. Rochambeau on the outside, that was it. But once again, you didn't get the job done. A baseball bat did. Or maybe it's Sammy got the job done. Or maybe it's Danny. Or maybe it's Hager. It's never you, Chris Jericho. I have beaten you once, and I can beat you again. And what do I gotta do to get my hands on Chris Jericho? I'll do anything. I can beat you. Tiger beat. B-E-A-T. Michael Jackson beat it. I can beat the good old Chris Jericho. And that is the absolute truth.
That's what you guys wanted, right? Let my demons push me, keep it going. I can't get away from it, ever. So I quit. I quit. I'm done trying. House of Black, you're right. You're right. The real Eddie Kicks has to come out now. And too bad, Ortiz, you had to be the fatal shot. If you don't like it, do something. The House of Black, I understand your way. You just have to accept me. I understand you. I feel you. I'm ready to go home.
Some very cryptic comments from Eddie Kingston. It seems like all the mind games from the House of Black may have taken Eddie to a very dark place.
This is a trios tag team match set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Being accompanied by Sanjay Dutt, the team of Satnam Singh, Jay Lethal, and Jeff Jarrett.
Trios action coming your way next year on Rampage, but we saw Sanjay Dutt with that box. That contains the Golden Globe of Paul Walter Hauser, which 2 weeks ago, Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, and Sanjay, they stole from Hauser. The best friends tried to make the save, but not before Lethal and Sanjay made off with the statue.
He didn't steal it, he won it, fair and square.
Oh, he had one crap.
Their opponent, being accompanied by French Lane Squeeze, Orange Cassidy, the team of Danhausen, Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta, Best Friends.
Big reaction here tonight in Kentucky for the Best Friends. Chuck Taylor, just from Murray, Kentucky, down the road a piece, JR.
Yeah, he's a hometown guy now.
Hometown hero. They got new jackets for the occasion and everything. Cost about $37 at the local trophy maker.
Maybe.
There we see the AEW All-Atlantic Champion, Orange Cassidy, in the corner. The Best Friends and Danhausen. Tony Schiavone, you've been around the pro wrestling game for quite a while. Do you think Danhausen can curse his way out of this match if he gets in the ring with Satnam Singh?
That's a loaded question. I know he'll try to, but I don't know if anybody can curse their way through Satnam.
You guys laugh, but I tell you what, Danhausen has the power to curse people if they cross him. So don't cross him. Danhausen, I love you.
Danhausen he's got a ukulele. Jeff Jarrett with his guitar.
You know how much those guitars cost that he's breaking constantly? That's hundreds and hundreds of dollars every smashing. Starving musicians worldwide are furious at this man.
Jay Lethal disarming Danhausen.
You want to see something?
Jeez Louise. Looks like a toothpick in his hand.
Lord. Oh, you big bully. Picking on a defenseless little guitar.
George Harrison would not be happy.
Oh, wait, Lethal attacking Chuck Taylor from behind, and this match getting underway.
Chuck Taylor All-Stars. I saw it on his shoes.
Remember, still to come tonight, Powerhouse Hobbs will be in singles action.
Nice.
Plus, our main event, an eliminator match for the AEW Women's World Championship. Jamie Hayter and Emi Sakura. All of that and so much more still to come.
I got Hobbs winning in less than 5 minutes.
Okay. How about 5 seconds, Jim? I got to tell you one thing, though. Jay Lethal here had a very emotional, excellent match earlier this week with Mark Briscoe.
He did.
As a tribute to the late Jay Briscoe. So he's still emotionally hurt here as the Best Friends take advantage of this poor man.
Probably still a little emotionally spent.
Exactly.
As you're pointing out, Chris. And sometimes it's hard to start that engine again.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are still emotionally spent.
Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta, they were big parts of the Ring of Honor locker room through the years, as was Danhausen. So a lot of heavy emotions here over the last few days in All Elite Wrestling as Trent Beretta sends Jeff Jarrett into the ropes.
And by the way, we are with the former Ring of Honor World Champion.
I knew you were going to say that. You know what I mean? I just stick this water bottle straight up your nose, Schiavone.
What makes you think that would fit there?
I make it fit, Jim.
Bottle up your nose.
I'm a wizard.
Tag made out to the Kentucky Gentleman, Chuck Taylor and Danhausen.
Oh, listen to the reception for Danhausen.
People love him.
Hey, Danhausen sells a lot of merchandise.
Yeah, he does.
So there's a lot of people that really like him to invest in his merch.
Well, that's why he was asking Paul Walter Hauser for the award for the Golden Globe Trophy.
He also curses a lot of people on Cameo. Makes a lot of money from that as well.
From a shoulder tackle by the best friends, and
And it's got lovely artwork.
an octuple by there. The catch by Moretta. Soul food half combination. Jay Lethal sent for a ride.
Yeah, we haven't seen the big man come in yet, but he's going to get involved.
They knocked him off the apron. That's no small feat.
Yeah,
there.
it took 3 men to knock Satnam Singh off the apron, and
a quadruple brasso.
Oh. Damn, I thought we were going to hear you say this, Calvin. Look at that firefly.
Satnam walking over the top, and Trent Beretta in trouble.
Oh, God.
I get enough, though.
Sanjay Dutt for a lifetime. I agree.
Yeah, he's
Beretta hitting Satnam Singh with those chops, just like shooting a bullet at King Kong. He's not even going to feel it.
The hammer throw to the ropes. Satnam just put on the brakes, and Trent Beretta.
raw force, raw power.
That you guys were wondering about the Giant. That's just sort of his strength right there. Just tossed him straight over the ropes.
And Lethal with the lariat. This trios match continues in picture-in-picture. Don't go anywhere. This trios match continues here on AEW Rampage. Oh, Trent Beretta, he just reversed Jay Lethal. And Beretta was getting battered all throughout the picture-in-picture break. And Lethal continuing the punishment, goes for the release German suplex. But Trent Beretta makes the desperately needed tag to Chuck Taylor. The Kentucky Gentleman taking down Lethal. A shot for Jarrett. One for Satnam Singh. Satnam barely even budged. But Jay Lethal trying to shut down Taylor.
That would be discouraging if you're his adversary.
Oh, Lethal.
Knock the hell out of him. He don't register.
Nothing.
Lethal took a moment to gesture at the crowd, and now look at Chuck Taylor with Lethal in trouble here, but Jarrett breaks it up.
Jarrett got there just in time, I'm thinking.
From out of nowhere.
A very timely intervention by Jeff Jarrett, the tag made. And now Jarrett and Chuck Taylor.
They're keeping the veterans in here.
Well, the roster's deep here in AEW. Deep. Better all the time.
Chuck Taylor elevates over Jarrett, and Lethal dropped toe hold.
That was interesting placement of one's head.
Hit him right in the yikesies.
That was great awareness by Chuck Taylor, I'll tell you that.
And Taylor over the top takes out Lethal on the floor, and now returns his attention back to Jeff Jarrett inside the ring. Jarrett attempted the boot, and figure four.
Figure four. That's one of Jarrett's own moves.
Well, he's loaning it out for a few minutes, apparently.
He leased it.
And Chuck Taylor with Jeff Jarrett trapped in the figure four leg lock, but Lethal went to drop his elbow, and Chuck Taylor
just moved. Wait, he just moved out of the way.
King's elbow completely missed. How about how Satnam was able to reach in that far and make a tag?
He just picks him straight up off the ground.
This man is not going to miss.
What are you going to do with this guy? He wants to. Oh, look out. Here's a battle I've been waiting to see.
Oh, yeah, so it should be epic.
Curse him.
Turn him into a frog, like I said. Look at the crowd standing. Danhausen is over. Give me my 50%. Look at this. Body shots. He's wearing the big man down. Big knife edge. You know Satnam's feeling that deep down in his organs.
Danhausen.
Look at that. Clothesline to the stomach. He's almost got him.
Here it comes. Do it.
Wait. Satnam with a handful of hair brings Danhausen up. Satnam Singh just ragdolling Danhausen.
Yeah, well, it's different.
Yeah, Danhausen needs to get out of the way.
Wait. Danhausen, he moved out of the way. And
down to one knee only is the big fella.
Look at this. Ping pong went back and forth up that top rope.
And he still hasn't gone off his feet.
Orange Cassidy comes in for a shot.
And yes! Orange punch to Sanjay Dutt. Tony Schiavone is out of his seat.
I hate Sanjay Dutt.
What a gimmick.
And Danhausen was about to use Jarrett's guitar.
Come on, Rendsburg, you moron.
Wait a minute, Jarrett's got something else.
Oh!
It's the Golden Globe Award. It's Paul Walter Hauser's Golden Globe. Oh, this can't happen. No.
1, 2, and 3.
The winners of this match, Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and Satnam Singh.
They didn't return that damn thing.
He won it.
He didn't win it.
That's how it works. Whoever possesses 9/10 of the law.
The stolen Golden Globe coming up clutch for Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, and Jeff Jarrett. But this past Wednesday night, our colleague Renee Paquette attempted to catch up with Ruby Soho after her big win on Dynamite.
Looking to get a word with Ruby Soho following her victory over Toni Storm on Dynamite. A little bit of, Ruby, if I could just grab a word with you. A little bit of controversy following this match against...
Big win for Ruby tonight on Dynamite. Congrats, Ruby.
Oh, God, Britt Baker. I should have known that your thirsty ass couldn't avoid the spotlight. I don't want you back here, and I sure as hell didn't want you out there. I don't know in what world you thought I wanted or needed your help.
Look, Ruby, I don't like you either. But maybe it's time I finally admit that you do have some importance to this women's division. Now, obviously, there's a very clear divide in this women's division. Instead of showing up here every week, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, which side will Ruby go? Why don't you grow a backbone and pick a side? And if you're smart, you'll know which side to pick.
Where do the loyalties of Ruby Soho lie? Quite a bit of intrigue going on in the women's division at AEW.
This battle is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from East Palo Alto, California, weighing 270 pounds, Powerhouse Hobbs.
I'll tell you this, though. Powerhouse Hobbs with that Book of Hobbs, we've had him explain it over the previous weeks. Every single thing that's been done to him is in that book, and every single thing he's going to do to all of you is also in that book.
An already dangerous man, somehow becoming more so, JR.
Yeah, this guy, look, is a blue chipper. I've only used that term a few times on select athletes over the years. He is indeed a blue chipper, is Hobbs. And don't call me pronoun boy.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, he's more than a blue chipper, JR. He is a bad man who had a bad past. And, and he has taken it out on everyone in his way.
Including this hot young upstart, Tony Mudd. But I'll tell you what, in this town, in this match, his name is Mudd, JR.
I think you're right there. Very clever. He trained by Al Snow. Can't be all bad.
Snow and Mudd. There's a team for you. Look at this.
Hobbs, yeah, the elbow strike, and then just squashing his opponent in the corner. Now Hobbs again.
The commitment to the game.
Wow.
He is dropping some pounds, getting leaner, getting quicker.
Agreed. And I think also, too, returning to his roots in those vignettes that we saw reminds him why he's there in the first place. He is not messing around. This is not the young rookie from a few years ago. This man is here to destroy and win and beat people up.
And Hobbs has his opponent up in the torture rack.
He'll be on fire when we get to San Francisco, I promise you, at the Cow Palace.
And now Hobbs, he makes the cover and gets the win.
That was total destruction, guys.
Powerhouse Hobbs.
Well, the Book of Hobbs will have another very short chapter added later this evening, I'm sure.
43 wins his last 52 matches.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Look at this. He's not finished with Mudd.
Apparently not.
A very mean, very violent man, Powerhouse Hobbs, somehow gets nastier. Last week at Dynamite, Darius and Dante Martin Top Flight picked up a milestone victory when they defeated the Young Bucks.
Lately, anybody that's been tuning in has seen why we are what we claim we are, and that's the coldest team in the game. Because we've taken it to some of the best professional wrestlers in this company. And although we came up short before, last week our luck turned around. Because we pinned 2/3 of the Trios champions, the Young Bucks, and we proved third time is the charm.
And speaking of three, we won $300,000 in the Three Kings Casino Battle Royal. And speaking of three, we see 3 Trios titles around you boys' waist. So we gave A.R. Fox a call, and we're issuing a challenge.
Step up or take flight.
A big challenge made by Darius and Dante, but once again, let's go back to the remarkable Renee Paquette, who is standing by with the natural Dustin Rhodes.
Dustin, so good to see you back here at work. I know it's been a bit of a rough month for you. How does it feel to be back here, though, amongst your work family?
Feels a little weird. Tony Khan, he was gracious enough to give me this opportunity to really just reach out to the fans and say thank you for all your prayers. It has been a terrible, terrible month, and I thought the best way to get out of my head is to get back to work and rip off the Band-Aid. So here I am, and I'm glad to see my family away from my family again.
Yeah.
World's smallest violin playing for the natural Dustin Rhodes. Yo, what is up with another old head veteran coming in here trying to steal the spotlight, make this all about you, man? Yo, am I going to have to take out another old man like I almost did Billy Gunn and add the natural to that list too?
You need to step back.
The nerve of you Rhodes family guys, bro. First, it's you with the slick mouth, your brother ain't, and let's not talk about your dad, bro.
Hey! Keep my dad's name out of your mouth.
You might want to step off right now.
I think you need to step off.
You bringing that smoke? Is that what you bringing?
Come on, guys. Let's go. Back it up. You better understand who runs this place now, boy.
Come on, not here. Come on, not here, guys.
Get this old head out of my face.
Welcome back to Rampage. Tonight we're going to see Japanese legend Emi Sakura, who's won many titles in her career, take on AEW Women's Champion Jamie Hayter in an eliminator match.
In my opinion, Emi Sakura is a professional wrestling legend. The amount of time she's broken her back for this business, she's bled for this business, she got her bloody head shaved for this business. She's the kind of woman I need to be in a ring with her, and I need to beat her. And Emi, I know it's been a while since we've been in a ring. I'm totally different now. And when we wrestle on Rampage, you'll understand that Hayter hits hard.
Well, look like there's been enough time. It's time for the main event.
Our main event, the AEW Women's World Championship Eliminator match, will be coming up in just a moment. But earlier today, our colleague Lexi Nair had a chance to catch up with the TBS champion, Jade Cargill.
The world's been dying to know, who will be your next opponent as you come up on 15-0?
Lacey, does it really matter?
It's Lexi. Oh,
whatever.
Cut the
Whoa. She ready for that.
Look, the little puppy dog.
Listen, I was a baddie from day one, but you've been treating everybody like crap.
Definitely, always.
You are. Yeah. You see Layla over there? She has no self-esteem.
Yeah, right.
And since you walk around here saying you're that bitch,
which I am,
then you can see me next week. I might have been year first, but come next week, I'm the one. 49-1.
And that's on period.
Up till now, the TBS champion has been perfect, but can Brett Velvet be the first person to hand Jade Cargill a loss?
Your Rampage main event is set for 1 fall, or TV time remaining. Introducing first from Ichigaya, Japan, Emi Sakura.
Emi Sakura flanked by her royal court, Mei Suruga on the left, Balian Aki on the right, and throughout her career, Emi Sakura has held championships around the world in organizations like All Japan Women's Wrestling, JWP, Ice Ribbon, IWA Japan, Gato Move, and even DDT Pro Wrestling. But she is still seeking her first title in All Elite Wrestling and has a massive opportunity to get one step closer to rectifying that with a win against Jamie Hayter in this World Championship Eliminator tonight.
Southampton, England, she is the AEW Women's World Champion, Jamie Hayter.
JR, to your point, there is nobody hotter in AEW than our Women's World Champion, Jamie Hayter.
Well, you know, she mentioned to Jamie Hayter that Well, we just saw that, yes, she did lose to her in 2019, losing to Emi Sakura, but it's a different Jamie Hayter than what we saw in 2019 and in 2020.
A lifetime ago.
Great sign there, the Haterade. And I think she's going to be doling out a huge glass to Emi Sakura tonight. Now, we said Emi Sakura is a pro wrestling legend. She has trained over 50 Joshi women's wrestlers, which is Japanese women's wrestlers Joshi, including Riho and Hikaru Shida, our own AEW roster here.
You mentioned Hikaru Shida, Chris. There's been a lot of questions surrounding where does Hikaru Shida's loyalties lie as of late. Collar elbow tie-up avoided by Emi Sakura.
Time answers most of those questions.
And once again, to see just the ascension of Jamie Hayter, you'd never have guessed 3 months ago she'd be in the main event of Rampage. But yet here she is and getting a huge chant from this crowd here in Lexington.
Yeah, she's earned the respect. I think it's the thing about Jamie, it's a respect thing.
Sure it is.
Look at Britt's got the Haterade sign there.
Shoulder tackle by Jamie Hayter, but Emi Sakura springing right back up to it and landing a shot on the AEW Women's World Champion.
Oh, man. Like Hayter said, Hayter hits hard.
Heavy strikes back and forth from Jamie Hayter and Emi Sakura. And coming up live this Wednesday, 8/7 Central on TBS, it's AEW Dynamite, Hangman Page, Jon Moxley, Part 3. The Japanese phenomenon, Konosuke Takeshita goes one-on-one with Brian Cage. AEW World Tag Team Champions Acclaimed will be in action at Dynamite. A TBS Championship match. The undefeated Jade Cargill puts her title on the line against Red Velvet. Timothy Thatcher will take on Bryan Danielson in the TNT Championship match. No holds barred. Darby Allin and Samoa Joe.
Oh, how about this?
Great move here. I've never seen this before.
Me neither. That's just
it's somewhat innovative to say the least, but certainly effective.
Ping-ponging the AEW Women's World Champion off the ring apron and then off the barricade.
Big hand.
Oh!
And now this flying body press.
Into that steel, that new metal guardrail that we have set up here.
Britt Baker, Emi Sakura chirping back and forth. And Tony, what about the conversation we heard from this past Wednesday after Ruby Soho got the assist from Britt Baker? Britt telling Ruby to make the right choice.
Excalibur, it was shocking. I don't think anyone was more surprised than Ruby Soho. And despite the pass between Ruby and Britt Baker, I guess we can say that the battle lines have been drawn here in the women's division of AEW.
With the crowd getting behind Jamie here. Once again, she was created by this crowd as far as her popularity. They embraced her.
And then that hair whip, reminiscent of Koto Fuyuki, who trained Emi Sakura.
Once again, 27 years on the job is a long time.
Yeah, there you go.
So you know she probably had matches with some of the greats of all time in Japanese women wrestling.
Yeah, like we said, she's also trained some of the greats of all time in Japanese women's wrestling. So, she has seen it all, both in the ring and as a trainer. And right now, great elbow drop on the champion. Damn, Emi's looking good.
The elbow dropped into the small of the back by Emi Sakura. She could be thinking the surfboard, Romero special.
We talk so much about homegrown athletes, homegrown wrestlers. You can put Jamie Hayter in that. She made her name here in AEW.
You can also put Jamie Hayter into this surfboard like Emi Sakura is, and that blows out some knees.
Emi Sakura doing a good job of keeping her shoulders up off the mat. And how frustrating that has to be for Jamie Hayter. She could see that middle rope, but she couldn't grasp it. And our main event, the AEW Women's World Championship Eliminator match, continues in picture-in-picture. Don't go anywhere. Our Rampage main event continues here on TNT. Can Emi Sakura earn a shot at the AEW Women's World Championship? This Eliminator match is vitally important for both competitors, but Jamie Hayter now firing back, JR.
And, man, those are heavy hands, ladies and gentlemen. Take it from me. They are heavy hands.
JR, Excalibur, she's responding to the fans. Yeah. The fans are chanting her name, and she fired right up.
Jamie Hayter has had the support, the full-throated support of this crowd here in Lexington, Kentucky, and now Jamie Hayter.
They recognize the thoroughbred when they see one.
Oh, the exploder by Jamie Hayter.
Jamie Hayter with that fighting spirit as we talk. When we're in Japan, she's coming back here.
A second one, Hayter pops the hip, the third exploder takes Emi Sakura for a ride.
Well, that was a nice little short trip, but the landing wasn't so great for the Sakura.
And Hayter, the running back elbow in the corner. Emi tried to get the boot up on Hayter.
Oh, wow. Jamie Hayter's intensity is very, it's ingratiating to the crowd. That's why they love her so much, because you can tell she is throwing some live rounds in there.
She comes to fight, Chrissy.
She does.
But so does Emi Sakura. But instead, the hate breaker.
Right on the back on that knee.
But Hayter covers 2, and Emi Sakura kicks out. Hayter, she landed the backbreaker, but she wasn't able to immediately cover. But did that allow Emi Sakura a chance to recover that momentary interlude? And Haterade avoided the 1-2 shot.
You hear that very clearly.
Well, once again, during the break, we said this is the biggest match of Emi Sakura's career. She's acting accordingly.
Trouble. This is trouble for the champion.
Sakura.
Look at this. Look at this.
Jamie Hayter giving plenty of time to think about it.
Right into the back brick.
The cover. 2 down. Hayter kicks out.
Blood rushing to the brain of this young woman.
Look at the marks on Emi's chest from those chops of Jamie Hayter.
Britt thought it was over right there.
Dr. Britt Baker is sweating it, trying to urge on Jamie Hayter alongside this great crowd in Kentucky. The boot to the face lands, and Jamie Hayter maybe thinking sliding. Oh, no!
No, nice little roll up here. One, you go!
Nicely done. That time by Emi Sakura. That was great.
She's taking advantage of this opportunity.
And she is a veteran, pulling out every trick that she knows to get out of here with the win.
Here it comes.
Jamie Hayter, the lariat!
Ooh, heavy.
1, 2, and no! Oh, wow. Sakura kicks out.
That sliding lariat is awesome.
Once again, also interesting how Britt Baker's gone from the leader of this group to almost the second banana since Jamie Hayter became the champion.
That'll be interesting some point in time.
Well, you're trying to cause some... Well, you would.
Yes, of course I am.
Yeah.
And years ago, Emi Sakura, she challenged Riho for the AEW Women's World Championship. If she scores the victory here tonight against Jamie Hayter in this eliminator match, Emi Sakura will earn the second shot at that Women's World Championship of her career. But Jamie Hayter...
I wouldn't make any long-term plans right now if I were Miss Sakura.
Wow, God.
And you can see the chest of Jamie Hayter all bruised up as well. This has been an intensely physical match. But Jamie Hayter now headed up to the top.
Taking a big chance.
Should we do a moonsault here?
Hayter.
Well, it did not pay off.
Emi Sakura, she rolled in, she avoided it, and now looking for the Lamahi Straw. 1, 2, and no!
Oh, how close. Just a little bit too slow on that.
Double underhook, Emi Sakura, the Tiger Driver. The cover, 2, and no!
Out again.
She didn't get a clean cover, Emi Sakura, and I think that's what allowed Jamie Hayter the chance to escape.
And it could be something as simple, Excalibur, as fatigue.
You're not going to find a better women's match than what we're seeing right now.
I think there's also some frustration involved, and I agree with you, Shivani, for once. But what else can Emi do here?
Moonsault press!
Hit the moonsault.
On target, 2, and Hayter escapes.
Hayter's strength, his core strength, saves her ass right there.
Yeah.
She's my friend.
Good call.
Emi Sakura
screaming in frustration.
But she's got the champion reeling here. Emi Sakura is very close to putting away Jamie Hayter.
Yeah, Hayter looks like dead weight right now.
Smacking her in the face. I love it.
What a hell of a match. Let me tell you, a hell of a match.
And Emi Sakura just battering Jamie Hayter. Lefts and rights, and they're all open-handed. They're all legal. Oh, wow!
And so is that clothesline.
How's your father with that one?
Hayter hits hard.
Jamie Hayter reared back, landed the lariat, and now Emi Sakura may be out on her feet. The ripcord, the Haterade. No! Oh, back driver!
Right on the back of her head.
An amazing counter. They have the wherewithal to execute.
How is Hayter standing up again?
Hayter, the lariat! She plowed into Emi Sakura. And now the arm is hooked. A ripcord, the Haterade. That's got to do it. 2, 3.
Wow, man. Great match.
There is your winner, the AEW Women's World Champion, Jamie Hayter.
Excellent match, ladies.
Yeah. Best match that Emi Sakura's had in AEW, I'll tell you that for right now.
Another classic battle in the women's division of AEW. Well, thank you for joining us tonight on Rampage. Coming up Wednesday live, 8/7 Central on TBS. It's AEW Dynamite. Hangman Adam Page, Jon Moxley, Part 3, plus Samoa Joe challenges Darby Allin for the TNT Championship. It'll be no holds barred.